Good afternoon, race fans. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tyler White here to bring you today's NASCAR updates. Hope everybody had a very good Christmas. Tonight we're going to ring in the brand new year. We're saying goodbye to 2013 and hello to 2014. Hope everyone stays safe ringing in the new year tonight. Also, we're a month away from the beginning of NASCAR season, ladies and gentlemen. We're kicking it off February 14th at Daytona. I'm excited about it. Hope you are too. It's going to be a good one. And we have a good show for you today. We have two segments. In our first segment, we're going to recap the three biggest moments of the 2013 season. And in our second segment, we're going to get you ready for the 2014 season with the three main top stories going into 2014. So let's get you started. First with the lap heard around the world, which happened on February 17th when Danica Patrick became the first woman ever to sit on the pole for the Daytona 500. She led some laps and finished 8th, the highest of any woman in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, and was the first woman ever to lead a lap during a NASCAR Sprint Cup race. Now, I was completely shocked when Danica Patrick qualified that pole lap. I mean, I was shocked when she finished 4th in 2011 at Las Vegas for the Nationwide race. That's the highest of any woman in all of NASCAR history. But then when she sat on the pole for the Nationwide race in 2012 at Daytona, becoming the second woman to do that since Shauna Robinson at Atlanta in 1994, I was completely shocked by that too, and that really proved to me that she could make it big in NASCAR. But it didn't really prove to me that she could do good in the Cup Series, though, until that day, February 17th. Now, the day before, February 16th, she was fastest in all the practice sessions. I'm thinking, it's just practice, folks. Don't get too excited about it. There's still a lot more to go in qualifying. But she qualified on the pole, and I was really shocked. And I tell you, I've not talked about her too much, but I think she will win a race for NASCAR and become the very first woman to ever win a NASCAR race. That's my bold prediction. I think it will happen someday soon. Our next big moment happened after the Federated Auto Parts 400 at Richmond on September 7th. It was after Clint Bowyer spun out. At the time, Jeff Gordon and Ryan Newman were in position to lock the chase until Bowyer spun out. Then it put Martin Truex Jr. in the chase, and Gordon and Newman were out of it. 2 days later, NASCAR came back to disqualify Truex, but keep Clint Bowyer, however, fined him $25,000 and add Newman into the chase. And then, before the race at Chicago, they added Jeff Gordon to the chase, adding a 13th spot. And it put on a good show for the rest of the chase. Now, a very good call by NASCAR on adding those two. However, I think they should have disqualified Clint Bowyer too and not add that 13th spot. Just make it a 12-driver chase. However, disqualify both Truex and Bowyer. Now, there's no need for cheating in any sport. People say Jimmy Johnson's cheating because he wins too much. What Jimmy Johnson's doing is not cheating. He's racing. But what Bowyer doing is cheating. And Clint Bowyer, I'm telling you, there's no need for cheating. When you cheat, you compromise the integrity of this sport. And no one's going to stand for that. So I think it was a good call by NASCAR for disqualifying Truex and adding Newman and Gordon. However, they shouldn't have had that 13th spot, make it a 12-driver chase, and disqualify Clint Bowyer along with Truex. That's what I think should have happened. And now our next biggest moment, perhaps the biggest moment of the season, when NASCAR said goodbye to its longtime television partner, Speed Channel, and Fox Sports launched a brand new sports network to compete with ESPN called Fox Sports 1. Speed Channel began on New Year's Eve 1995 as Speed Vision. Then in 2001, it was moved to Speed Channel and added more racing for any viewer at home. And then in 2002 was the very first NASCAR broadcast on Speed Channel. And let me tell you this. The move from Speed to Fox Sports 1 was terrible. I mean, we still have a few good shows on Fox Sports 1 that were with Speed. NASCAR Race Hub, NASCAR Live, NASCAR Race Day. But for every other show, such as Speed Center, Wind Tunnel with Dave Despain, Trackside, every other show, they had to leave because of the move from Speed to Fox Sports 1. And we don't get much coverage of NASCAR on Fox Sports 1 because other sports are lined up. I understand Fox Sports wanted to compete with ESPN, but they had no reason to take off Speed Channel. Speed Channel should have stayed on the television air. And I'll tell you what, Fox Sports, it's going to come back to haunt them that they took Speed Channel off the air. I mean, it really is. Because my bold prediction, NASCAR will create a brand new television network, and it will be called the NASCAR Network. I see it happening. This is NASCAR's response to Fox for taking off of speed. Now, I know Fox Sports might be better than ESPN, but let me tell you something. Fox Sports Live, which competes with SportsCenter, Fox Sports Live's coverage of NASCAR, they're as worse as SportsCenter because it takes them forever to get NASCAR reports. And let me tell you something. If you didn't want to wait till the 6 o'clock news to find out what's going on in NASCAR, you'd have to turn to Speed Channel because they were always there when it comes to NASCAR broadcasts. And ESPN, they haven't done a good job with NASCAR. But Speed Channel was the best thing that's happened to NASCAR. Fox Sports, getting rid of Speed for Fox Sports 1 was uncalled for and unacceptable. And NASCAR's response is to create a TV network just like the NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL do, and call it the NASCAR Network, have the headquarters in Charlotte, have the right people to own it and, distribute it. And I think that will be the perfect response, saying, look here, Fox Sports, y'all got rid of Speed Channel. Guess what? We have more ratings than you as a NASCAR network. That should be NASCAR's response to Fox Sports after getting rid of Speed Channel. All right, that's our first segment. Stick around. The second segment is coming up.